Vice presidential candidates spar on the debate stage, and the road to the White House continues today for both presidential campaigns.
Joining us live this morning from Washington, D.C. is our Deputy Political Director, Joe St. George. So, Joe, good morning. Let's start with the debate. I know a lot of us thought that this was going to be this sparring back and forth, and Simone and I were talking earlier, and it was just kind of normal. But maybe that's just because we don't know what a regular debate has been for quite some time.
I think you bring up a good point there. It was civil, right? And let's just be honest. What did I say 24 hours ago? I said, this was going to be a feisty affair. Walz and Vance, they don't really like each other. It's going to be two attack dogs on the stage. We didn't get attack dogs last night. We got golden retrievers. Nothing wrong with golden retrievers. America loves golden retrievers. I have a golden retriever. It didn't live up to the billing on that front. If you had to ask me who had the better night, some of these post-debate focus groups showed Senator Vance with a small edge. Perhaps he came off a little sharper, a little crisper. Remember, Governor Walz hasn't done a ton of media interviews since becoming the vice presidential nominee. Just take our own Charles Benson, for instance. You know, he's talked with the Trump campaign. He talked with Senator Vance. We here at Scripps News, we own local stations around the country. Our swing state reporters, no trouble really getting a local interview with Senator Vance. He's doing interviews at a rapid clip. Governor Walz doing far fewer national and local media interviews. Perhaps that was why he maybe seemed a little rusty early in that debate. But while it was a civil debate at times, there were certainly some disagreements, and there was certainly a strong disagreement over Springfield, Ohio. Take a listen.
And Senator Vance, and it surprises me on this, talking about and saying, I will create stories to bring attention to this. That vilified a large number of people who were here legally in the community of Springfield. The Republican governor said, it's not true, don't do it.
And he's very worried about the things that I've said in Springfield. Look, in Springfield, Ohio, and in communities all across this country, you've got schools that are overwhelmed. You've got hospitals that are overwhelmed. You've got housing that is totally unaffordable because we brought in millions of illegal immigrants to compete with Americans for scarce homes.
So now we'll wait and see if there's any change in the polls. Got to be honest, guys, hard to see last night's debate reshaping this race in any dramatic way. This is, after all, a race between Trump and Harris. People tend to vote for the top of the ticket.
And Joe, yesterday was pretty busy for the city of Milwaukee. Second Gentleman Doug Emhoff was in town. Former President Donald Trump was also in town. We heard Emhoff mention, like, hey, you know, Trump still refuses to debate Kamala Harris. Do you think, after what we saw in last night's debate, that it will maybe encourage the former president to debate again?
Well, I've covered Trump since the beginning of his political career, even before he ran, when he was going to local Republican pancake breakfasts around the country. I've learned over the years to never count him out with anything. He's one of the more unpredictable politicians in American history. And he also knows how to build suspense. So if there's a debate the last week of the campaign, this would certainly build any suspense. But as we chat on this Wednesday morning, hard to see another debate happening. I'm hearing from both campaigns that they really just don't think it's going to happen. Trump is still attacking the traditional media. He just pulled out of a 60 Minutes interview. So I don't see another debate happening, but things can change quickly. And if Trump thinks he needs another debate to win Wisconsin, perhaps that propels him to get him to a yes. But he's a pretty solid no right now.
Yeah, I think yesterday he mentioned Pfizer Forum.
Yeah, a couple different rallies he wants to hold in Wisconsin before Election Day. Joe, we're out of time. We appreciate you. We'll see you next week.
Good to see you.